For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Jasleen. I'm a stay-at-home wife, but I don't cook or clean because I don't feel like it. And my husband is a full-time stand-up comedian, and he buys me lots of nice things.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from a channel called Too Lazy to Try that a lot of you have been sending me lately. So just a little bit of context as to what's going on here. This dude on the left is supposedly a comedian. He decided to go on a podcast with Fresh and Fit. This guy does not understand how women work, okay? Fresh and Fit, particularly Myron here, was trying to educate him. Of course, the dude wouldn't listen, and wouldn't you know it, his wife is a horrible person, and he is being screwed over. So the exact thing that Myron warned this guy about, and this guy ridiculed him for, he is now facing the consequences of that. So let's jump into the video, guys. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
What I don't like, what I find corny is my preference is not my women. Now, I thought it was I'm not dating my women, period, which is the corniest human being outside of a criminal to me, period. It's just, those are your roots. Those women are reflected in your roots.
Like, Akash is the extreme. Like, Akash only dates brown.
Oh, okay.
Akash has been with one girl in his life who is his wife.
That's my wife. That's an Indian
so
woman.
this is like loyal through and through.
Okay.
The way I look at it is, you watch them you see them evolutionary charts from Neanderthal to Homo sapien.
Yeah.
Y'all are the first motherfucker out of Neanderthal. But grow with your audience. Mature with your audience.
One person in the relationship, whoever cares less has the leverage, and we want the guy to always care less. We want the man to always have the leverage.
Childish as fuck.
And you guys might not like hearing that.
Childish.
But we truly feel.
I'm not. These aren't new beliefs, bro. You're not telling me some shit none of us have ever heard. We all heard this.
I mean, I'm married. Akash is married. Mark is married, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's possible. Now, granted, we might call you in 10 years and be like, y'all were fucking right. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. All right, so
I love how these guys, by the way, right, on this podcast, they try and hold it over Fresh and Fit like, oh, we're married, okay, so we know better. Do you ever consider that maybe men aren't getting married these days because it's a terrible idea for men? You ever consider that, right? But like, this is the argument from these dudes. A lot of men, right, they'll try and convince you to get married. They'll be like, oh, just ignore how women operate. Just ignore the divorce courts. Just ignore all of that risk. Go out there and get married, right? That's what makes you a real man. Look at us. We're married. So we clearly understand women. You see how they try and frame this, guys? And again, take note of this guy on the left here, calling Myron, a complete Neanderthal or something like that, claiming that he hasn't evolved. Like, come on now. So let's continue. Insane, man. Insane stuff.
3 years ago, Fresh and Fit went on Flagrant, and Schultz and the whole crew, especially Akash, called them out for some of their controversial takes and how they run their show, which obviously started a beef that reignites every now and then. And it just did recently because Myron discovered Akash's wife is trying to be an influencer and has her own podcast, which Myron's been having a field day with because she's the exact kind of girl they warn guys about, and she constantly humiliates Akash on social media. Like, people just keep finding worse and worse clips, and it's painful to watch.
If you have a wife or a girlfriend, guys, and she has a podcast, okay, she's out here posting TikToks, she's out here talking about your relationship, that is disgusting, man. Like, a lot of these women, I've seen a lot of women, they come on here and they try and fake being traditional. But the truth of the matter is, traditional women who are, of higher caliber, they don't have TikTok. They're not making TikToks, man. And if they do, it's about like a cute recipe she found. Okay? These women who jump on these podcasts, you can't date them, man. They are undateable. They are unmarriable. You cannot, like, if you want to go ahead and marry women like this, if you want to make them your girlfriend, I'm not nobody's dad. I can't stop people from doing this, but it's a terrible decision. Like, as you're about to see, guys, check this woman out.
I mean, this girl, she's up there with Jada Pinkett Smith, which she'd probably take as a compliment. That's how wild she is. So I just wanted to warn people before I get into this, the cringe is almost unbearable. Like every guy watching this is going to die inside a little. So Akash's wife, I think she's 10 years younger than him, and she's trying to be an influencer, so she doesn't make any money, but she spends his money like crazy. Most of her videos are like shopping vlogs and vacations. And when she was asked if they split finances, she said, his money's our money and my money is my money, which Akash sounds really stressed out about. Like she had him on their podcast and he started flipping out about how she basically won't do anything except spend his money.
For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Justine. I'm a stay-at-home wife, but I don't cook or clean because I don't feel like it. And my husband is a full-time stand-up comedian and he buys me lots of nice things.
Absolutely disgusting. So this is what I'm talking about, man. Refuses to cook or clean, takes all of the man's money, expects you as the man to provide, and gives literally nothing in return. I'm sorry, but why in the hell would you want to date one of these women who want to be influencers? You know, oh, I'm going to show my shopping trips. Again, it's one thing, man. If if you've got a wife or a girlfriend, okay, you've decided to risk wifing a woman. You know, it's one thing if they're posting cooking videos, or they're posting cute little animal videos. This woman is just posting embarrassing crap. She wants to be an influencer in the truest sense of the word, guys. Like, these women are absolutely not marriage material, man. They're simply not.
Because I don't feel like it. And my husband is a full-time stand-up comedian and he buys me lots of nice things.
When I say I'm tired, she can't just let me be tired. I travel, I work, and I'm very blessed to do what I do. But when I tell my wife I'm tired, I want her to say, I'm sorry, baby. I understand. That must be exhausting, buying me all these things. Instead, she goes, so am I. And if I dare open my mouth to go, what the did you do that made you tired? Now it's a problem. Now it's a fight. So I gotta sit there.
I went to Pilates.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yesterday, I worked the entire, morning to night, whatever. I finally get a workout in because I'm trying to be less fat. And then she's like, babe, can you take out Happy? I'm so tired. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And then I take you to Mew Mew and you buy whatever you want. That's the bare.
Excuse me. No, I didn't buy whatever I wanted. He limited me. I am on a budget, okay?
Because you want a house that I don't care about. A house.
In the Hamptons? Is this the Hamptons? Oh,
Yes.
yeah, they're all the Hamptons.
And this girl is so out of control. She has hardcore feminists feeling bad for Akash. Like in one of her most popular TikToks, she's yelling at him because she doesn't have enough room in her closet for all of her clothes and handbags. And the top comments are like, I'm sorry for that man, and I'm almost never sorry for a man. And girl, please don't make me side with a man. Girl.
Imagine how bad of a person you have to be to have women on TikTok saying that you're in the wrong. Like, let's think about that for a second, guys. Imagine how damn delusional and insane you have to be where the women on TikTok realize that you're being delusional and stupid. I didn't think that was possible, to be honest with you guys. I thought you could just post like the more delusion. I didn't realize there was a cap to it, okay? I thought you could just be endlessly delusional and women on TikTok would support whatever you did or posted. But apparently there's a limit, and this woman actually figured out what the limit was. Now, mind you, let's go back here for a second before we continue. These people are all giggling. They're all laughing in this clip. I don't understand what's so funny, man. This dude is expressing a grievance that he has, and everyone seems to think it's funny. And by the way, this is a grievance that a lot of men have. They don't want to wife up women who make their lives headaches, okay? They want a woman who makes their lives softer, who makes it more peaceful, who makes, when they come home from work, men want to feel like, oh, I'm at home now. It's peaceful. The woman is supposed to bring some degree of comfort, especially if the man is buying you everything. This dude, I don't know anything about him. I assume he has a lot of money. I assume the bags that she was showing earlier were probably quite expensive. It sounds like he makes a lot of money. He pays for everything. He lets her buy a bunch of crap. And this woman can't even be his source of peace. Now, let's not pretend like this is hard. Okay, this is not something that's difficult to do. It's just that modern women suck at it. And they don't care to make a man's life peaceful. I don't understand what about this situation is funny. I really don't. Let's continue on here. and see what else is going on.
Girl, don't make me agree with him, please.
Do you know what my fucking husband just tried to do to me?
Yeah.
We're leaving. Shut up. We also just redid our closet.
This is all her closet now. She took the whole closet.
I don't have space for. Can you show?
Yeah.
I don't have space.
Oh my God.
I'm not doing
How
that.
space exists.
I'm not doing that. We were supposed to build a wardrobe, but Akash didn't want to do it
For
because
me,
he's too
because
cheap.
I took the smaller closet.
Do you know how much fucking space he has? Look, utilize the shelves, you idiot. Akash, for real, I like my clothes spread out. Then, no, but like, no. I
pissed.
don't want them all in the same rack.
This woman needs to be kicked out immediately. I don't understand how men put up with this nonsense. I really don't. Like, this woman has to go out of the house immediately. And again, I'm not the father of this dude. Okay, I can't tell him what to do. I can't tell men what to do. Nor do I really want to. But my strong recommendation for men is to not deal with women like this. Guys, like this is someone who will actively shorten your lifespan. She is going to stress you out. She's going to make your finances more difficult than they have to be by a very large amount. You know, you're not going to come home to any sort of. This woman took the entire, big closet, okay, and she's complaining that she doesn't have enough room, even though she does, and she's complaining that the man's not utilizing all of his room when he gave her the big one and took the small one for her. And mind you, he's probably paying for this entire apartment. This woman has to go, man. That is disgusting. And don't even get me started on the rest of this woman's attitude.
So it's really bad, and it just keeps getting worse. I'm sure people are stressed out just watching this, because also when she's not spending Akash's money, she's publicly humiliating him on social media to try to make her own money and jumpstart her career. I mean, she has this dude completely wrapped around her finger, because also she's the only girl he's ever been with, and looks-wise is out of his league, which comes with a price, literally. So she knows she has all the leverage, and she acts like it. I mean, Akash, he's out there working all day so he can afford her lifestyle, while she sits at home reminiscing about her time in college.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. So for context, I went to college from 2011 to 2016. I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses, and I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through. So it's like, sometimes it like literally hurts my heart. And when the nostalgia is that painful.
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Let me ask you this: do you believe her?
So someone needs to take her phone away. I mean, that was brutal. I almost feel bad for Akash, but he's probably just like, hey, at least she's doing something other than spending my money. And obviously he should have known what he was getting himself into, but he was in denial.
A few things here, by the way, guys. Women will pretty much always lie about how many dudes they've been with. That's the first thing. Second of all, this woman is absolutely cheating on this guy right now. I guarantee you that, okay? A lot of dudes, they don't understand that this behavior continues. If you go out there and you wife up a woman who has this sort of a past, or, you make her your girlfriend or whatever, this behavior doesn't continue. Doesn't stop. So what I mean by that, okay, is if you hook up with a girl and you make her your girlfriend and she's been with 30 dudes, she is going to continue seeing dudes in all likelihood. You're not going to be lucky number 31. You guys aren't going to have a strong monogamous relationship where things are peaceful. It is going to, in all likelihood, be incredibly difficult for you. The odds of her cheating on you are incredibly high. The odds of her divorcing you and trying to take your resources are incredibly high. And I love how everyone calls men insecure for this, by the way. If you're a man and you don't want to date a woman like this, you don't want to date a woman who's been sleeping around all throughout college, who's had rosters of men. If you don't want to date that, do you know what everyone calls you? Do you know what society calls men like that these days, guys? They call us insecure. I'm sorry, but I don't want to date women like this. Like, you as a man will be publicly shamed if you don't want to date women like this. That's how crazy things are at the minute, which is just absolutely ridiculous to me. Men are not allowed to have standards. We're not allowed to have preferences. We're not allowed to have things that we will and we won't tolerate, or else we just get shamed to oblivion. And it's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous.
Like, the most disturbing thing is she's obsessed with her podcast co-host husband. It's so uncomfortable. Like, she'll talk about how attractive he is all the time, and she'll bring up his dick, and she's begging them to have an orgy with her. And she's also even like, Akash is great and everything, but I think your husband might be even better.
Akash is such a fucking king. Like, everyone knows he's the best husband, and I don't often find men that measure up to him. And like, Nav completely measures up to him, if not more. Can I just say, like, not in a weird way, he's so good looking.
Oh, thank you.
And
would y'all ever have an orgy together with your husbands?
Priya,
She tried.
I'm actively trying to have an orgy because this couple is so fucking good looking, and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him. His body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband.
No, I kind of love it, but I'm like, us for it? Okay, maybe.
I have to pause it because my head is hurting listening to these women scream and giggle about this. This is absolutely insufferable. Again, imagine this is your wife or girlfriend and she's on a podcast talking like this. You know, like the amount of disrespect that you have to have, the amount of hatred, I would almost say, that you have to have for your husband in order to do something like this is crazy. So here's what happens, guys. Okay, let me just give a bit of a recap. Women will go out there, they will hook up with a whole bunch of dudes, and they'll think that they deserve the world. Okay, maybe because she hooked up with a guy who's super tall, or who looks really, really good, or maybe makes more money than their current husband. So what happens is they kind of keep all of these experiences in the back of their mind, and they compare you to the previous men she's been with. And so what they do is they start to feel entitled. So you can go out there, you can give these women everything. You know, you can pay for everything. You can work really hard. You can do everything right. But you know what? You're not as tall as that other guy. You're not as good in the bedroom as that other guy, you know, that she hooked up with 6 years ago. You're not as good as that guy here or there or wherever the case may be. You know, she'll be 29 thinking about dudes that she hooked up with when she was 22. And she's comparing you to them. So these women will never actually be happy. And this is what I'm saying, man. They don't discontinue this behavior. They continue this behavior. This is not something you can weed out. Once it's in there, it's in there. And people don't want to believe this and they want to insult men, but this is how it goes. Now comes the unfortunate part where I have to unpause the video and listen to these women again. My goodness.
Know that Nav's dick is like at least 10 inches.
You would only be down for an orgy if we
Or
did
it's
it.
thick. It's thick.
I'd only been down for an orgy if
Yeah, so this is just sad to see. I mean, it sounds like Akash is a good husband. You know, he tries to do everything right. He spends all this money on her, but it's not enough. And she still feels the need to publicly humiliate him and try to hook up with her friend's husband. Like, also, they actually had their husbands on the show. And Akash's wife, again, makes it very clear that she's really into this guy. Like, she keeps hitting on him right in front of Akash. And the guy's wife, too. You know, her co-host, I'm sure, is kind of uncomfortable about this. Like, it's just so awkward. She has no respect for Akash. And he's like, yeah, I think the guy's great too, but it's kind of annoying how great he is, which he's probably annoyed that his wife clearly wants to be with him. And she doesn't even try to hide it. Like, she brings up the orgy again and his dick, and then said she's really nervous about meeting his dad for some reason. I mean, she just cannot help herself. And Akash, he just sits there and takes it. You know, I guess he's at the point where he just has to let her do whatever she wants. So this is just such a mess. I can't believe it's real. You know, I feel like somebody needs to step in and just be like, all right, this is too far. You guys can't be doing this podcast anymore. This is too much embarrassment. And of course, she's giving Myron from Fresh and Fit all the ammo in the world to go after Akash.
Can I say this is the best husband I've ever seen? And I'm not even saying that hyperbolically. It's a little annoying. And then like
Why
he's
don't you
just
guys
getting in
jerk
better
each
shape.
other off already?
We
Go
might have.
ahead.
Oh, what are y'all doing this whole time? Drake is your Taylor Swift.
100%.
Exactly.
I'm toxic. Like, how do you think I have to keep up with her?
No, he be saying some boss ass shit. What is the stuff he says to you that I'm just like, that's fire?
Oh, Nav just puts his dick out on the table.
There's a difference being a scammer and being a hustler. Two very different things.
Okay.
I'm a hustler who scams a little bit. I'm not a scammer who
I'm not
hustles.
gonna lie, that was sexy, and that's why I'm actively trying to have an orgy.
My goodness, man. Like, again, the crap that men will tolerate is insane to me. So this woman, excuse me, this guy, Akash or whatever his name is, he got with this woman when he's in his early 30s, hadn't been with women previously. And this is what happens, man. These women who have experience with men, they just steamroll these dudes. Okay, they lock them into marriages, they give them no intimacy, they don't cook, they don't clean, they're not pleasant at all. And then what happens is they try and take his resources afterwards. This is literally what happens. And then if you as a man, you call it out, then apparently you don't like women. You know, they'll say all this awful stuff about you. Oh, you don't like women. Oh, you're insecure. You need to get married. A real man will go out there and get married. It's funny to me every time, you know, these women or these dudes who insist you get married, whenever they talk about a real man, it's always something self-serving. It's always some self-serving definition of what a real man is. Oh, a real man risks his entire net worth to get with a woman who's been with Lord knows how many different men. Like, don't tell me what a real man is. These situations are so crazy to me, man. And you know, I've seen Myron talking about this guy in particular, and Myron actually has some empathy for the guy, which is crazy to me. Again, this dude completely talked down to Myron, trash talked him, even when Myron was actually trying to help him. I personally don't think I'm, you know, a big enough person to extend empathy to people like this, but it is ridiculous.
Wait, he used to sell like iPhones, buy iPhones and sell them.
Have you seen his Instagram thumbnail? You know, I've shown that to multiple dudes.
Yes, saved under his
Yo, look
favorite.
at my wife's podcast partner's husband. It's crazy. Ain't that crazy? I've shown it to multiple guys.
I've also shown it to multiple people.
If-
I'm meeting Nav's dad tomorrow, and I will say I'm fucking nervous because he has the, not to be weird, but he has big dick energy, and he's obviously
based off stories.
Yeah, he's a don. Let's face it.
But thank you guys for being on the main character pod. We love you. We hate you.
I guess
we respect
we
you.
love you, but I actually love you and want to fuck all of you.
Yeah, so hopefully Akash can get out of this mess because it only seems to be getting worse. Like, this relationship is not good for him. But of course, I don't think he'll ever be able to leave her. And Schultz, he has to be somewhat aware of this stuff. Like, he said he really wants Akash's wife's career to blow up, so then she has all the leverage in the relationship, which would probably mean she'll leave him. I mean, she already has all the leverage, but if her career blew up, then that's probably going to happen. So maybe Schultz thinks that's the best outcome because Akash is never going to leave her. But let me know what you guys think.
Right. So just let's to recap here. Okay. This dude went on a podcast, completely, you know, dumped on Fresh and Fit and everything. And it turns out they were entirely right. And this dude has no understanding of modern women and is probably going to get dragged through the divorce courts. And this is what's going to happen, guys. I think this woman is probably going to end up leaving his ass, probably going to end up trying to take his resources, because dudes like this, they don't end up leaving generally. What happens is the women leave them, the women try and take their resources, and the cycle continues. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out. Click this video that's up on the screen now if you want to see more. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.